I'm scared. I'm super scared. I'm scared because I know exactly what happens this month every year.
It's that time of year again when college students turn their tassels and start a new chapter in their lives.
I'm scared. I'm scared because I know that there are so many of you that graduate this month and have no idea what you want to do.
I'm stuck. I'm in a rut.
Because
I just finished army. It's 2 years, so I just came by. I really don't know what I want to do.
And that's okay. Most people don't. You should not be stressed about that. I'm actually not scared about that. You're 5 seconds out.
I know.
The end.
I know. Because I feel like I did so well in school. I was like, okay, so how do I translate that into
You don't. But you don't think you can't not.
No, I just don't know how to get
Right, you gotta get out of that rhythm.
Yeah.
You gotta get into real life rhythm.
Yeah.
But you're a kid. You're a kid.
Yeah. I'm like 23.
Don't beat yourself up if it's not coming easy yet. You have to decompose from that old environment.
Yeah.
Everybody's judging themselves way too early. What I would do is gather as many experiences as possible. You know? You're not lost in life, you're just early in the process. You know what I mean? Okay. You're lost by other people's standards, not by your actual, if you actually took it practically, you haven't even started.
Right.
Too many people view post-university as like, oh, this is now real and I'm lost. They don't put it in the context of being alive for 100 years and realizing they're only 20% of the way done. I'm scared that you don't realize that you're entering the greatest 5-year window of your life. If you are 22 years old and graduating from college, if you're 22 years old and not graduating from college, if you are 22 years old, you are entering, first of all, some of the greatest years of your life, A, but B, this is the moment. Watch this video twice. If mama's watching this, send this to your daughter Sally right now, because you have to understand, this next 5-year window is when you don't go practical and safe. You've got to try stuff. The biggest reason you don't know what you want to do is you haven't tasted enough things, and the biggest reason you're not tasting enough things is you're worried about finding it too fast. How old are you?
23.
You can literally do nothing for the next 8 years and be a child. But you don't think that. Because when you're 22, you don't think 31 is young. But it is. This is not the time to get the job mom wanted you to. This is not the time to try to maximize as much money so you can buy a fat whip. You need to stop giving about what anybody else has and realize that if you put your head down and just work for the next 10 years, no glamour, no new car, suitcase, jewelry, trip, event, no Coachella, no new sneakers, like work, you will have it. And every time you care about one of the things I just mentioned, it will slow down your process of having it. You got your head up, that's right, that's why it's interesting. You've got your head up and you're trying to score at 22. It's slowing you down and everybody else. Dude, you wrap your head around not giving about any advancement till you're 29, but then every day trying to get better, you will win. Just close your eyes until you're 29. The number one reason I push patience is because patience will give you the air cover to take risk. You've got plenty of time to do it all. And like, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of hard work to do the insanity you want, but that's what I would tell myself. Like, that you will not believe how young you will feel at 40. This is the time to realize that you have a 5-year window, and it's 3 for some, it's 8 for others, but this is a 5-year window for you to attack the life that you want to win, not because it's the secret or because the world's so zen, because it's hard there. As a matter of fact, I'm probably more scared about your naivete to how hard it. Class is easy, right? What you've been doing for the last 16 years is easy. It's a game, it's structured, it's easy. The world, this thing is hard. However, that contradicts what I'm gonna tell you right now, which is this is the best and easiest 5 years of your life, because this is when you need to attack what you love and what you want to do. Here's why. You don't have all the baggage. You may have college loans, respect, it's hard. You may have the expectations of your parents, mentally hard, fake hard. Parents, please let them win on their terms, not yours. Your children are not a direct indication of who you are. You may have a lot of other things, but this is exactly when you can live with 4 roommates in a basement and eat fast food. And what I really worry about is a lot of you looking back in 30, 40, 50, 60 years and thinking back to this exact speech and saying to yourself, why didn't I listen to him? Because what you have right now in timing and circumstance is this ridiculous 50-month window to not be practical. 50-month window to not do it the way you thought you were always going to do it. 50-month window that if you go for it as much as you possibly go for it, that if you decide you gave it a good shot and you felt good about it, that if you started then becoming practical, you'd be far less behind than you think. Do you understand? This is not when the baby's there, some of you have babies. This is not when you've been married and you promised. This is not when the world has sucked out all your dreams and hopes yet. You should really go to a retirement home one day and volunteer and just talk to them. It will make you want to do every minute of your life, because when you see regret in a man's eyes, it's painful because you can't do about it. When you're 90 and you're not mobile and you're tired and it's over, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't build that company you wanted. You can't spend that time with your kid. It's regret. And it drives the shit out of me. You still got this window. And yet, so many of you are so hungry for short-term gains. Like maximizing the job that paid you $3,000 more, but it's not as fun, but you want that $3,000. For what? For what? For a new iPhone? Your need of things is killing you. I don't need a watch. I don't need a whip. You need to be happy. You get to live life one time. And this is the time right now to understand what's actually happening and actually map your behavior to something that will impact you for the next 80 years. So promise me, all you youngsters that are watching this right now, in the comments, because I'll jump in and talk to you, promise me that you understand that the land grab of happiness starts right now. That you don't have to worry about getting that job. What you should do is go and travel and learn. Go and start that business that you've always wanted. Hook up with those 3 teammates and start that band you've always wanted. This is the time to be massively risk oriented. Because let me tell you what's way more scary than failure: regret. I'm so desperate to figure out how to convince people that there is no loss in going for it. That, yeah, you might get made fun of and you might have it in your own mind, but trying to figure out how to make people drop that fear of going and building a business for themselves in 2012. Trying to figure out how to make a video or give a talk or send a tweet or write a book. Just something that makes people understand that executing the way it always is, following the school business model, which is such horse, is going to lead you to a place where you're not going to win. I know that this is when you're supposed to grow up and go see the world, but guess what? The world isn't what mommy and daddy told you. The world is exactly going to be what it's going to be, with or without the way you thought it was going to be. A ton of is going to change. The world changes every day. Right now, what you need to recognize is you can afford to. Your biggest advantage is your youth. And too many kids don't take advantage of time. So I would take advantage of your youth and your flexibility at this kind of age and try to taste everything, play with everything, figure out what you might be good at, what you might like, and then you make a decision.
Got it.
Nobody else defines you, not me, not everybody watching, not your mom, not the Kardashians, you.
Got it.
You can grind and be patient for 10 years every day and still be 9 years younger than me, and I would trade places with you. That's how amazing having time on your side is. This is when you put in the 18 hours a day to make your life that you want happen. I used to work in a liquor store from 7 in the morning to 10 at night for 7 straight years, and the only days off I took were to watch the New York Jets. And again, because I'm scared, I can hear myself talking. I'm not saying it's the secret, it's practicality. When you are in your early 20s, this is when you can grind at your highest levels, because there isn't all the baggage that comes across through life. It's harder for the 42-year-olds that are watching right now to listen to this advice. You can't just wake up tomorrow and be like, let's go. Because little Sally has soccer practice. And because you've got a million other things that are holding you down. But boy, if you're lucky enough to be graduating today with not an idea of what you're gonna do with your future, nobody's ever been luckier than you. Please recognize it. Too many people view post-university as like, oh, this is now real and I'm lost. They don't put it in the context of being alive for 100 years and realizing they're only 20% of the way done. Almost everything is perspective. Like I think I'm just starting, so imagine what I think for most of you.